All right, everybody. Good morning. Running a little behind here this morning. I lost track of time going over stuff and following the golf. But this is the Cashman's Playbook for Saturday, April 15th. And before we start here, if you would, please like, subscribe, share this wherever you're watching the broadcast. If you want to become a Picks member, go to TheCashmanwins.com. We've got several options there to get picks, betting advice, computer projections, all that stuff. 2 years, $79. 1 year, $52. That's all sports included. That's at the website, TheCashmanwins.com. So let's jump into this. We'll try to get through this in 10 minutes or so. So you can get on with your day. It looks like it's going to be a nice weekend here in the Indianapolis area. So let's look at Major League Baseball today. I really only saw one game of interest. We're kind of slow rolling here to start, and just not a lot out there. And MLB has been clear, and we haven't had a lot of plays, especially this week. It was a very slow week, and that's because I think of the balanced schedule right now. You're seeing more interleague games, more matchups of batters and pitchers who just haven't faced each other before. You got a lot of younger pitchers who haven't had a lot of experience against these guys. So there's not a lot of transparent numbers right now. So I'm really digging to find stuff that jumps out where I see we have an edge. I don't like to guess. I like to have numbers that, kind of paint a picture for me, and not seeing a lot of it this week particularly. So, and I'm not ready to start betting run lines either yet on these teams. We'll get to that, though, as we get further into the season. It's going to be a long season, so just hang in there. But Atlanta at Kansas City today, around 4:10 p.m. Eastern, first pitch. We've got Bryce Elder for Atlanta. We've got Chris Bubich for Kansas City on the hill. Atlanta is minus 135 to minus 140 as a favorite right now. You look at Elder for Atlanta, been very impressive going back to last season. He's allowed more than one run just once in his last 7 starts. Dating back to last year, opponents are batting less than 200 and slugging under 250 against him in his first 2 starts this season. Looks pretty good. I actually went and looked. Don't see any lines available for him yet on DraftKings or MGM, but I'm going to add him to my watch list as far as a dark horse Cy Young winner as the season progresses here. If I can get a number on him here, 50 to 1 or 100 to 1, somewhere in that range. It's way early, but I think I would make it a little investment on him right now, the way he's looked last year and carrying it over into this season. He's a young guy. I think he's maybe 24 years old. So playing on a good team, that helps. So I think I'll be keeping a lookout on that. If I see a number for him, I'm going to check some other books today. It may be too early for anything to be out on him, but I'm going to check later today on some other books. If I see anything, I'll let you know. But Kansas City, they're throwing out Chris Bubich here. Bubich he's a lefty. Braves are hitting 375 so in the last 10 against lefties. So and Bubich, he's been very hittable in the past. Opponents hit 306 against him last season, but they slugged less than 500 against him, around 470, 475, I think. So not murdering him necessarily, but his whip last year was over 1.5. So that's your walks, hits, and innings pitched. So he was getting a lot of runners on base. This season, he's off to a little bit better start. His whip is below 1 in his first 2 starts. His ERA just a little over 1.5. So I'll be interested to see how this young left-hander holds up against Atlanta's lineup today. He's only 25 years old, is Bubich, so there's a chance he's learning to pitch and has improved. So it's something we got to watch today. But Kansas City's 7-20 in his last 27 starts. This KC bullpen also, they have an ERA approaching 6. So that's 29th in Major League Baseball. Their Royals offense is 29th in hitting. They're 28th in runs scored. There's not a lot going on right there. I think this minus 135, minus 140, depending on your book, is a pretty generous line for the Braves as a favorite. I would expect that to have been up closer to maybe 170. But even if Bubich pitches well, he probably doesn't go past 5 or 6. Elder should keep the Braves in the game and give Atlanta a chance against this Kansas City bullpen. So if I had to play something today, I think I would lean there at Atlanta at minus 135. I'll probably have a play on that, at least a personal play. And I'll get with subscribers after we get done with this on what the plan is for today. And like I said, there's just not a ton else out there in Major League Baseball. I will say, as far as hitter props, home run props, nothing really stuck out to me today. I will say Rendon, Ohtani, and Renfroe for the Angels, they have a combined 7 home runs, 12 extra base hits, and 40 at bats versus Nick Pivetta, who's going for Boston today. Ohtani, he is not having a great week. Rendon and Renfroe both hitting the ball the last 7 days, but you can get any of them around even money or better to get over 1.5 total bases in this game. My preference when doing plays like this, if their numbers are there, is to go with the left-handed batter versus the right-handed pitcher. We have a little history here between the Ohtani and Pivetta. You've got a good chance also of seeing another right-handed pitcher at some point in relief. So I would probably go with Ohtani to get over 1.5 total bases. That's right around even money. Might get it even a little better than even money. He's 3 for 6 with 2 home runs and a double versus Pivetta. So I'm going to take a look at that as well. And I'm actually going to go back over this game when we're done, just to make sure I don't have anything I want to play on the Angels as a team. Pivetta has looked good this season so far, but there's 3, 4, 5 guys in the LA lineup that have hit him well. I laid off really because I'm not sure about Tyler Anderson for the Angels, who's starting. He had a great year for the Dodgers last year. He didn't look very good the last time I watched him this year. So I believe there were some numbers. I don't remember, he didn't face Boston last year, but they've had a few guys that have hit him before. So I need to go back over that one more time just to make sure I don't have anything there as a play on a side there. Let's jump in real quick. NBA playoffs start today. I'm not a big NBA guy. I don't like watching the product on the floor. I don't like the entitled attitude of some of these players, and I don't like the load management. It's just, to me, it's not interesting. It's hard to follow. It's hard to rely on these guys to bet. So I don't pay a ton of attention to it. I do go over the games daily just in the regular season just to see if there's anything that stands out in the numbers. I stopped doing that once the MLB started. I focused more attention on baseball. I do run the computer projections. I ran them for today's NBA playoff games. I'll continue to do so for members on the NBA computer projections page that we use. Also going to do that for the Stanley Cup playoffs that begin Monday. The NHL computer models have been very, very helpful this year for us. A lot of you hit me up on days where I don't run them, and you want those NHL plays because they're helping you, and I like that. So we'll run those for the Stanley Cup playoffs. But as far as the models go for the NBA today, for members that have access on the site, if you go to the spreadsheet at the bottom, there is a playoff tab, so it'll be separate from the regular season tab on the NBA spreadsheet. Models 3 and 4 all like Brooklyn, Atlanta, and New York to cover today as dogs on the road. So they are split on the Golden State Sacramento game. I actually looked at the numbers. I would actually, and again, I don't follow as close as a lot of other people do because, like I said, I just don't have the NBA is just, it's like betting on bipolar people to do something, do something expected. You can't expect anything. It's different from night to night. So I don't have a lot of interest in betting it, but I would lean Golden State just off some of the numbers I looked at, but I don't have a strong opinion. I probably will not be betting any of those, but the models 3 and 4 all both like Brooklyn, Atlanta, and New York to cover their spreads today for what that is worth. As far as the baseball computer projections, I'll start posting the computer projections for Saturday once we end here. There'll be 4 games that start around 1 and 2 p.m. So I'll get those up first so you have them. We started running the computer projections for baseball this week. All 4 models I use have winning records on the totals, so over-under projections. Model number 3 is 16-6-1 in MLB over-unders, and model 1 is 6-1-1 to start this week. So that's been very helpful. These projections are nice for those of you who like to have 4 or 5 picks every day. Some are very helpful, some are not, but I track the records so you always know how these models are performing, which ones you want to back and which ones you want to stay away from. So you can get access to all the computer models for all the sports that we run them for at TheCashmanwins.com. We went over the hitter prop suggestions. Let's jump in here at the end here for the RBC Heritage Golf. Posted golfers to win this tournament on Thursday prior to teeing off. We had 4 of them. We had Scheffler plus 850. We had Spieth at 2,200. We had Cantley at 1,400. We had Morikawa at plus 1,800. Now, yesterday I added Adam Scott at plus 9,000. I added Eim as well at plus 1,000. And let's see where Eim is at. I did not check to see. I knew he fell off Yeah, he's still within striking distance, and he's -1 through 2 today, so he's not out of contention here. So that's good. Morikawa's fallen off a little bit. He was I think -3, and he'd already teed off today. He's he's not out of it. He's been playing well, so there's still a shot. But our other guys are in contention. Jimmy Walker, he's leading the tournament right now at -12. He tees off this afternoon. We've got Scheffler now at -9. He's tied for second, so he's on our board. If he could come through here, that would be a profit. But Jimmy Walker, he's shot a 65 in each of his first 2 rounds. I don't think that will continue. He's missed the cut a lot. I went back and looked. I should have put the actual numbers in here, but he's playing great. He's playing out of his mind really right now. I just don't think that's going to continue through 4 rounds. So guys we have are other than Morikawa, and he's not that far off. If he can have a good round today, he can still be in this. But our guys are all within 4 shots other than Morikawa of second place today. So if Walker falls off, like I think he will eventually, I like Scheffler's chances at the least, and I think we have a good shot to have a really interesting Sunday with this group we have. I'll watch it today and see if we want to add anyone else to our list live. But I like our group right now. We hit on Rahm last week for a profit as one of our group of golfers for the Masters. We've been real close on some golfers recently, but we got over the hump last week finally, and I think that's the start of some good things in golf. I think we have a chance to profit again this weekend as well. So I'm looking forward to watching a little golf this weekend mixed in with my baseball. I have some plans for this evening, but I'm going to watch golf this afternoon. So we're going to wrap this up for Saturday. Again, please like and subscribe on YouTube. I'm going to do a lot on YouTube for the next football season coming up. I want to grow this. We get a lot of viewers on Twitter, but I'm probably going to go exclusive to YouTube when I'm live and then post a link later on Twitter. So if you want to see it live going forward, you'll probably need to subscribe and get an alert on YouTube when I go live Saturday mornings, usually around 11:05. But become a Picks member again. Go to TheCashmanwins.com. You can get all sports for $1 per week or less. Like I said, 2 years, $79. 1 year, $52. That includes everything. You can even get a lifetime pass right now for a $159. That's normally $299. And if you want to take another $20 off, you can do that when you use Venmo or Cash App to pay. And that info for Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, that's all available on the website. You can go to TheCashmanwins.com. You can always ask me questions there on the website. If you've got a question, ask me a question through the website. I try to respond as quick as possible. But again, that's TheCashmanwins.com. That will do it for today, Saturday, April 15th. I thank all of you, and hope you all enjoy what looks to be a pretty nice weekend, and at least where I'm at here in North Indianapolis, Fishers area. So I thank you all. I want you to take care and enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk next week. Thanks, guys.